Welcome to the Jolly Roger. My name's Chef Brian, and today we're going to be making Russian Pelmeni, which was a subscriber suggestion from last month, and we're going to do it today. So, we're going to start out with making our dough, and I have about 5 ounces of flour. I say about, I actually weighed it out. It is 5 ounces of flour. We're going to put that in our stand mixer. I have 1 egg. We're going to go ahead and toss that in, and then I'm going to add a little bit of salt. We're using kosher, as always, unless I say otherwise. And then I have a little bit of water. I might not use all of this, but we're gonna put in about 1.5 teaspoons. Put in our dough hook, and then we're gonna go and start this out. Now once this comes together, we're gonna have to let it rest, and then we'll get into making our filling, and I'll see you in a second. Our dough just got done, and it's gonna be sticky. However, that's okay. We're gonna be kneading it just a little bit more with some flour here in a little bit once we let it relax. We're gonna let it relax for about 30 minutes, and we're gonna put it in this bowl, and then we can start making our filling. And we don't need a whole lot of filling. I'm looking to get maybe 20 to maybe 30 little dumplings out of this, and we'll go from there. So, let me get this covered. These little shower cap things work amazing to keep your dough from drying out. We're gonna put this off to the side, and then we'll get making into our filling. So we have our meat. I have 7 ounces of ground hamburger meat. However, you can use pork, chicken, turkey, or beef. I'm choosing beef this time. So what we're gonna do is I have some grated up garlic, about 2 big cloves of garlic. We're gonna add that. And then I did half a onion, but I minced it like really, really fine. You can also grate it, but if you grate it, it's a lot of water is gonna come out, and you're gonna wanna strain that water out. So I decided I wanted to dice it really, really small. I'm not using all of this because we don't have as much meat. That looks good. And then I have some chopped up Italian parsley and some dill. We're gonna go ahead and add some of this. Some of this is gonna be saved for garnish. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix it all our filling. We want everything well mixed. And our dough's resting. And when that comes out, we're gonna roll it by hand. And I'll show you how to do that. And we're gonna want it about 1/8 of an inch or a little less than 1/8 of an inch thick. So, there we are. That is our filling. Oh, it smells amazing. I'm excited about this. And there we are. There's our filling to go into our dumplings. I accidentally forgot to leave salt and pepper out of our filling, so we're gonna add that now. Glad I remembered. Some ground pepper. And then we can finally finish our filling. But our dough is rested, so I'm gonna pull our dough back out. We're gonna flour our surface, flour our rolling pin, because that helps the pin not stick to your dough. And now our filling is done. And just like that, floured the pin. We're gonna take our dough, and it's still sticky, so we're gonna need a little bit more flour to get this rolled out. So we'll cover the top with flour. Take the excess, wipe it on your hands, just in case we need to, touch the dough. We're just gonna go as thin as possible. And if you want a circle, we rotate 90 degrees. You don't have to roll it in a circle though, but this is how you do like a pizza dough, rolling by hand. So, got our ring mold. We're gonna cut out little circles. You wanna use as much of the dough as possible, just like that. I'm gonna set those down. Now I'll get as many as I can, and I made this recipe for like a single serving, and I'll put the measurements in the description below. But let me get these punched out and then we'll start filling them up. So I got my 20 that I was at least hoping for. For the leftover dough, if you let this rest for another 30 minutes, you can roll out and get a few more. But for this demonstration purposes, we're gonna stick with our 20. So I'm gonna clean up, got our dough, we got our filling, and got 2 spoons. Now you can do this in a piping bag, but it's give or take. It's faster with the piping bag, I'm gonna be honest with you, but you know, you gotta pay for piping bags. I already paid for the spoons. So we're gonna take some of our filling, and we're just gonna plop it right in the middle. And then I'll get these all lined up and then we can go ahead and I'll show you how to fold them. We got our little pastas. They're filling on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, and this is gonna be very similar to our tortellini that we did a few weeks ago. We're just gonna come over the top. We're gonna pinch down, make sure the stuffing stays in because we don't want it leaking out. And we're gonna create a half moon shape, but then we're going to come in and that is our little dumpling. And then we pull up the top a little bit just to give it a little love action. And then I'm gonna get these done. Actually, I'm gonna have Len come in and help me get these done. And then we'll get to boiling them off and I'll show you that in a second.
But you're doing so well, just do it yourself.
Huh, funny. You're a chef too. All right, so we're up to a rolling boil. We're gonna go ahead and add salt like we do with every pasta. Remember, you want it to taste like the ocean. And just a touch more. That should be good. And now we're going to drop our pelmeni in. Make sure not to burn yourself. And then when these rise to the top, we're gonna let them cook for a good 3 minutes. That way the inside, our filling, gets cooked all the way. And I don't want to overcrowd my pan. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the last 7 on our second pan. That way they don't stick to each other. And then we're going to pull them off with a slotted spoon, let the water drain out. I'm going to put them in this bowl and we're going to toss them with some butter. And then our leftover chopped up parsley and dill, we're going to garnish with that, along with some Dill Frons as well. And then this also gets served with some sour cream. And then I was told, well, not told, looked up, but traditionally it was served with a pickle because the acid will cut the fattiness and gives a balance to this dish. So we're starting to float. So we're gonna put a 3-minute timer on and we'll see you in a second. It's been 3 minutes. So what we're gonna do is pull them out, drain the excess water, put them in our bowl. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the butter with it to finish melting. And then we'll drop the other 7 and then I'll show you my plating. So I got the other 7 done. I went ahead and tossed it in the butter. Now what we're gonna do is take some of our parsley and dill. We're just gonna sprinkle over the top. And then we're gonna give it a toss just to coat everything. Some are gonna be coated more than others, but that's okay. We're just looking for a difference of color. I like a little bit more. And then we can slide them into our bowl. That looks good. We're gonna position them a little bit different. All right, so I'm gonna take a dollop of sour cream. We're gonna put that on top. And it's gonna start melting, I know that, because the pasta's still hot. And then I'm gonna crack some black pepper. Because white and black, they go together. And a little bit of fennel, or not fennel, Dill Frons. So it's just these little pieces like this. We're just gonna place them like such. And I like that. So that's gonna be our plate. I'm gonna take a picture and we'll do a taste test. Looks good. There you have it. This is our Russian pelmeni. I hope I did a great job. Let me know in the comments if I didn't, and let's give a taste test.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a little sour cream and this dumpling right there. You're gonna like it. Oh, that is good. Now I wish I made like 100 of them. This is so good. Thank you very much for the recommendation.
The sour cream is perfect with
Absolutely. And I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you would like us to make. And we'll do a dish like this or something completely different. And hope you win the drawing. So thank y'all. Hope y'all have a lovely weekend. And you know, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500 people. So anyway, peace out. Deuces. My goodness, this is good.
Yeah. I was kind of worried.